Thank you for tuning into the Frickin' Dope podcast. This is part 3 of the Disney conversation.
I didn't even tell you my crying stories. And you still got tears out of me.
It was a bomb scare.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
what?
a weird day.
Let's go.
So, I mean, I don't remember what year it was, but there's a cheerleading competition that happens every year. And they always stay at the Disneyland Hotel and then they go whatever.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah, that's a surprise for Dave. So there was one year that I guess a baton, like a cheer baton, got stuck in a tree. And everybody freaked out and said it was a bomb scare. So they shut down the Esplanade. So like the entrances between the parks and part of downtown Disney. Like they shut it down to clear it out because it was a threat. Like they have to make sure everybody's safe. Sure.
A baton, you said?
A pink
like a
plastic
stick
thing.
So
like a pipe bomb.
They really believed that, or they
or somebody said it, or there was enough rumors that that's what it was.
The Esplanade is like that big space now in between Disneyland and California Adventure.
Okay.
And then on one side you can go to downtown Disney. It's a pretty large space. It's part of where the original parking lot used to be.
Cool.
But yeah, that's where it happened because like they had walked through and thrown a baton and it got stuck, and then they just kept going and then didn't tell anyone, and then someone thought it was a bomb.
Like it's suspicious.
So they shut down that whole area, so nobody could get in and out of the parks.
Oh my gosh, that had to have cost them
but it was after
so much money.
It was after Magic Morning, so people that stay at the hotels can come into the park like an hour early. So it was after that. So there were people in the parks. Like my shift had started, and I was at the boutique, and we were like, why haven't any of our 9 o'clock appointments showed up, or whatever time it was? So like, where is everyone? Like, that's super weird that like none of our appointments showed up. And then we hear from like, oh, the Esplanade's closed. So the 2,000 people or whatever that were in the park like had a great day because like there were no lines. You just walk in and do anything. But yeah, so that was a weird day. But yeah, so you want to see the surprise I brought for you? So Bippity Boppity Boutique was like my favorite place to work, which is where we did princess transformations. Ooh, this is one of our photo packages.
Oh, cool.
So cute, right? But if you thought that Kristian wasn't dreamy enough,
trust me,
like,
you don't need any convincing here.
Like, here we go. Look at this handsome
Oh my
devil.
gosh, what a
That was on my last day.
Look at this baby
I
angel.
got to go through and get a whole photo shoot.
Yeah, you're
like
so
a princess.
That's funny.
Yeah,
It
look
was
how
silly.
happy he is.
Tell us about some of these pins, and I'll show them while you're talking about them, so that people get to.
The buttons.
Oh, buttons, yeah.
Yeah, buttons and pins are different. The Disney people will get you for that. They'll get you. They'll get you. I mean, I don't know. We just have a lot of buttons. Our button collection. So a lot of them are. I mean, most of them. I didn't pay for any of these. They're all free buttons that they hand out. So like, there's a first visit button. So if you've never been to Disneyland, it's your first visit. Ask for a first visit button.
Proof that she worked there.
That's my name.
Her name tags. Some of them.
Yeah, I have 3 more in a frame. But yeah, so we get lots of buttons. There's some cast exclusive ones, like all these rectangles are for working holidays. 1 year, so you get a button for each
That's how
holiday.
they get you to like give up, sacrifice all of your fun.
Woohoo!
You'll get a button.
You don't have a family. Here's a button.
We are your family.
Attraction openings. There's like a Star Tours or Star Wars ones. Monsters Inc. A bunch of stuff. I got a lot of them.
Yeah, that's tight.
A lot of buttons. Oh, do you want to see another cute thing? This
Probably.
is another magazine. So this is the Disneyland line Valentine's Day
Cute.
magazine. Who's this? Who are those cuties?
Oh,
Look at them right
is
there.
that you?
That's us.
How fresh.
We're like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like this.
Yeah, there's a whole shoot.
Yeah, we did a photo shoot. They're like, we need people like cast members that are in love.
Is there anyone here who looks kind of like Ryan Gosling if he had glasses and a beard?
Yeah. What are the odds?
You're like, yeah.
They're just scanning through everybody's cast ID pictures like, oh, he's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. We must find him.
What's the celebrity you get told you look like? Spamp?
What's her name? She plays...
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can see that, yeah.
Especially when I had my braids in Main Street costume, because it was right when True Grit came out. And it was like Western turn of the century wear.
She's
and I
such
would wear
a
my braids
good
like this, and people are like,
actress.
oh, you look like that girl from True Grit. I was like, isn't she like 12? in the movie. And I was like, no, that seems accurate.
Well, now she's catching up to you.
Yeah, well, yeah, now she's in the new Marvel series.
She's going to be a Hawkeye chick.
Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
Kate Bishop,
So
yeah.
I've been told, they're like, you should get this outfit. I was like, purple and black, I'd do that all day. Like,
Yeah,
no
let's
problem.
go.
She was in the best Transformers so far.
Bumblebee? I
That
didn't see
shit,
it.
Pitch
Is it good?
Perfect. Nailed
Yeah,
it.
it was much more enjoyable than any of the other movies.
I've heard it's really fun, and it doesn't have John Cena, right?
Oh yeah, he was in it. I forgot.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Meow. Meow.
Oh, another thing I was gonna ask you about. You talked about your paper art.
I did
And
more paper art at Disney. I have an award.
like an award from
So-
Disney for paper art.
Yeah. Well, technically, yeah.
Huh.
Technically, yeah. Technically, I'm fancy. So there were a couple competitions backstage for cast members. So every year they do like a door decorating competition for Christmas. So you have a door in your office or wherever your base is, and you get to decorate it
yeah,
all
yeah.
cute for Christmas. So once,
They do that in old folks' homes too.
yeah, or schools, like
Yeah.
schools will do it. So once they kind of found out, like, oh, you do paper art, like you do art. I was like, yeah. So I think I helped somebody else's idea the first year, and then the boutique, the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, my favorite place because I love those angels.
Triple B.
Yeah, the Beebs. We did a princess one, and I used my layered paper art to make 4 giant princesses. Well, they weren't giant; they're smaller than normal princesses, but gianter than this big. They were like 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a
paper
pretty good
princesses.
size for a craft.
They were super cute. And then the next year I did stormtroopers wearing Christmas sweaters that were made out of actual sweater material. Like they were tactile sweaters.
Whoa.
And that one lit up. Like it had a lightsaber Christmas tree that lit up. So that one was pretty cool. I never won, which was stupid because it was friggin' rigged, but whatever.
It's all about who you know.
All these, it's all
Yeah.
these like secret handshakes.
Yeah. And we did a Wreck-It Ralph one. I did a Wreck-It Ralph one year. Because all of my trees involved other people. Like all of my walls, doors, involved other people. So like I would make this part, but like the princesses were decorating a Christmas tree. All the ornaments on the Christmas tree were made by the other cast members in my department or my
Okay.
area. And like the boutique tree not only had princesses decorating a Christmas tree, the pictures on the tree were of like moms crying because their princesses were so darn cute. Like how do you beat that? Like little kids with cancer. Like I don't get it. But anyway, costuming was great too, I guess. Costuming. Anyway.
Dude, airing
not
of
upset about it.
grievances.
I'm not upset. It's fine.
She's beefing with somebody.
But the other one was a recycle challenge for Environmentality Week. So you were supposed to take recyclables from your area and then make an art project out of it for Recycle Week. And that one was cool. It had just started when we did it, but PhotoPass, because we have pictures, all our pictures are recyclable because they're on the paper stuff. We had a lot of color in our trash, which is nice because you could use all the pretty color bits to make pretty colors on your trash. Because like some departments would paint their trash. So they would be like, we have a bunch of plastic spoons because we're in foods and we made a peacock out of plastic spoons. But we painted the whole thing. I'm like, then it's not recyclable. Like, what's the point? Like the challenge is to use recyclable material to make it. And then it got like way wacky because people were like, oh, I work in like the machine shop and I make the
I made a
attractions.
Buick.
Basically.
No, they like made a full on, it was the Jungle Cruise, like
Oh yeah.
They made a boat.
diorama and like everything was moving. I was like, okay, no,
Yeah.
no, that's not how
Not
this
fair.
works.
Separate competition.
Yeah, but the last thing I made was a globe. So it was a little stand and it had a little like globe on it. And it was all made out of PhotoPass cards because that year we had blue and green PhotoPass cards. So I cut them all up into teeny little cubes like a little mosaic. And I covered the whole globe in tiny PhotoPass card bits. And then it had a Mickey hat, an ear hat that was used with some of our printer film. And then photos to make rainbow ears. It was all mosaic. It was very cute. And I got a little framed award that had like a picture of my art piece and then my name in it, which is still at base. So if anybody has access and you were not fired, if you want to steal that from me and like mail it to me, like I'll give you my address because obviously nobody else wants it. And if the department's like gone, who cares?
Anyone at base.
Yeah. You need to have access to base to get into the cage, and then you can get it for me.
And then now you do another thing that's really cute. You color bind. You do all these
Disney
Disney bound.
Yeah. Disney
Tell
bounding.
tell us about that.
So Disney Bounding was created by Leslie Kay. She was starting a blog, and she had a blog on Tumblr back in the day. And she was going to Disney World, and she loved fashion, and she was trying to get more Disney fashion, or a way to show her love of Disney in her fashion. So she invented Disney Bounding. So bounding is basically using color blocking and theming for your outfit to look like a character. So it's not a cosplay. You're not going for exact detail replication. You're going for, like, if you know, you know. Like, you probably don't know.
I do not.
Because I'm one today.
Oh, yeah. So we work together, and I always try to guess. I, like, come in, I'm like, okay, what is this color scheme? Often there's a clue. The snowflake leads me to believe Frozen. I don't know who in Frozen.
That's Princess Anna.
Yeah, there you go.
Princess Anna. Yeah. So you just pick colors from whatever character. See, look, we're the same. So you got my little cloak. I got my black top. Technically, I have a teal shirt under here that you can't see, but that's what color her undershirt is a light blue, so I wore it.
The sleeves don't come out, or?
No, it's a tank top.
So no one would ever know.
No one would ever know, but it's there.
Kristian is the only one who knows.
There's snowflakes on my undies. No, there's not. I think they're blue. I don't know.
They're gold, 24 karat.
Reindeer. But yeah, and then, she's got her little corset, and it's got, like, the gold stuff, so I got some stuff going on. I got my blue skirt, and then I'm wearing boots, but you can't see. But yeah, so that's what you do. And I got my braids. Nailed it.
Yeah.
So, like, if I was walking through the park, or if I'm walking through wherever, and somebody knows.
One time.
Oh, these people have a keen eye.
We were at the zoo.
At the zoo. We were
and
at the zoo.
she was doing it on a
No
bound.
way.
And a dad with her little girl walks by, and the little girl was like, Princess Anna, Princess because she was just wearing the same colors. So, like, little kids can figure it out.
Yeah, that's funny.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, you just go like, she cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do enjoy it when people compliment my outfits that don't know I'm Disney bounding.
Like, oh, this is
Because, like,
cute.
that's a really cute outfit. And I'm like, thanks, I'm a mouse. And they're like, what the hell is she talking?
They
What
go,
do you mean you're a
they
mouse?
grab their kid.
Yeah.
Don't look at her, honey. Don't look.
Yeah. So that's
Let's
always
go.
fun. Like, oh, thanks, I'm a fox. I'm like, okay.
That's also funny when you can't figure out what's somebody.
Oh, yeah,
I had
your
a group.
story.
I don't remember where I was working.
I thought it was Cars Land. I feel like that was part of
It
it.
might have been Cars. It doesn't matter, really. I was at a static icon location where I was just on a tripod, just taking some photos. And this whole group of girls comes through. And I was like, oh, they're all Disney bounding. And so, like, after I took the photos, I was like, you guys are Disney bounding, right? I was like, yeah, of course. Like, can you figure out who we all are? And I was like, well, yeah, like, I was like, Snow White, Belle, et cetera, et cetera. And then I came to I came to the last one, and I was like, oh, no, I don't know who you are. So I was like, I can't figure it out. And she was, like, wearing all white. And I was like, what princess wears all white? I don't know who you are.
Any princess in a wedding dress?
Yeah, like they're like very specific about which. They're like, I'm Cinderella from the third act, but not the end.
I don't even remember who she was. Do you remember?
She was Elsa.
Oh, yeah, she was Elsa.
Yeah, you told
She's
me
like,
she was
yeah,
Elsa.
I have a snowman on my purse. And I was like,
Elsa wears
she
blue.
doesn't wear white
You start,
ever.
you start
in
roasting her. You're like,
whole thing.
yo.
And I was like, oh, sorry. And she got really offended. Like, I could tell. Like,
especially since you got every other one.
well, yeah, because they actually made sense.
You're like, Cinderella,
Yeah.
Belle,
Yeah.
Beauty.
I mean, some characters are hard, but other ones are easy. Like, I have my Snow White bound. I feel like Snow White is one that's more identifiable. Like, if I'm out in public, like, I've had guests be like, oh, you look like Snow White. Or I had the vet tell me I look like Snow White one time. Like, they didn't even use my name. They're like, hey, Snow White, come in here with
For
your
real?
cat. Yeah, for real. Like, come in here with your cat. And I was like,
That's
okay, boop, 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 here's my cat.
They're like,
So-
oh, and also that deer and those rabbits that are following you.
Yes.
Yeah, they have to wait outside, and the same with the rats.
Yeah. So, but Disney bounding is fun. I used to do it at the parks when I was scheduling. I got to wear people clothes to work instead of a costume. So I would like theme it with whoever's working the other desk job. We would like try and match our outfits. So Sarah and I would usually match. And a lot of times there's very few people that work the scheduling desk. So there's like 6 of us or something. So I would get calls at 5 a.m, which is when that shift starts. And it would be Sarah. And she'd be like, hey, Chrissy, scheduling called out. I'm Belle today. And then she would just hang up and I'd be like, I'll be right there. And then I'd have to get dressed so I could match Belle. And then I would go to work.
She'd say, I'm a Belle today, meaning that's what she color bound as.
That's who she dressed
So you
as.
guys would coordinate?
We would coordinate
That's
outfits.
so cute.
Yeah. So people would do the same thing. They'd come into schedule and be like, wait, are you this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm that. Okay, that's the new Elsa, okay? She was not psychic.
Oh, okay.
She didn't know.
Maybe she was a writer.
She didn't know
She's
that
the head
Elsa
writer
was
on
gonna
Frozen
have a
2.
white dress finally, but no, it was blue. But yeah, some characters are hard, and then other ones are more
Yeah, like if you
identifiable.
try to call it or Disney bound as a gargoyle from Hunchback of Notre Dame,
Just all gray.
no one's gonna know what the heck you're doing.
What about if it was from the Disney classic Gargoyles?
That'd
You
be
could
easier.
do.
It's just all purple, mono purple. That's like what they look like.
I'll add it to my
Mono
list.
gray.
List of outfits to wear.
Oh, you've done some pretty deep cuts.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
Gus, weren't you Gus one day?
Gus.
That was
Yeah.
a lot further than
One of my
that.
favorites. So every
Gus.
every March is the Disney Bound Challenge month. So Leslie and team release a list. So there's a theme for every day, and then you like post your outfits for the theme. So one of my like deepest, most proud moments was I did Boundin', which is a Disney Pixar short that was like super old.
Incredibles.
Bounding?
Yeah.
Like jumping,
Yes.
like bounding?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's about a jackalope and a sheep.
It's pretty funny.
So basically the sheep like gets thrown out into the desert.
Look, it's shorn.
Well, he thinks he's beautiful and he's got the beautifulest coat and he's like the most fancy sheep. And then the farmer
Dang,
comes
dude.
and shaves him and then he's like ashamed of himself because he's naked and he's not beautiful anymore. And then the jackalope sings a song and then the sheep is like, I'm beautiful even if I'm naked. It's great. So I did a bound and bound for one of the
That animation is rough. They've come a long way.
Yeah, so
not
I
that
did
bad.
one where I was a naked sheep
Yeah, but
with
it's
my
not-
bound.
It's not like it is now. See, oh, that's right. I remember that. Because I was like, who dat? You explained to me the whole story.
No,
I'm a
I was-
naked sheep.
When I was talking about deep cuts, I was talking about how when we were
I'm a naked sheep.
Mm-hmm.
when we were living down there, you would go to the Disney Bound Day in the parks,
Yeah, Dapper Day?
Dapper Day.
Yeah.
But then you would Disney
Oh,
Bound
yeah.
at Dapper Day.
Yeah.
And my favorite was that you were Quasimodo's dead mother.
Oh, I was Quasimodo's dead mom. I
was the
was.
best.
Time.
It was a
All
group.
time best.
Yeah, it was a group bound. So we did like 3.
Yeah.
So one.
And you couldn't be there the whole time or something.
Yeah, one year we
It was
did Winnie the Pooh characters. So everybody had like a normal character, and then I was just a bumblebee. Like,
Nice.
just a bee. Then we did Hunchback, and we had like all the characters. Again, we had all the gargoyles, like everybody. And I was like, I'm gonna be his dead mom. Like, sounds good.
She's
So I
in
looked it
for
up,
like
and
2
she
There-
like-
seconds.
oh, there
She
is a
wears-
scene with her. I was like,
She's like
Yeah.
running away.
She wears like
with a
purple and
cape,
blue.
And yeah.
Yeah, so I
That's
was
funny.
I was Quasi's mom. And then what was the other one we did? We did oh, here's my
You were the
outfit, but it's
pumpkin.
not. Oh yeah, and then we did Cinderella. So we had like all the characters from Cinderella, stepsisters, the Duke, like everybody. And then I was the pumpkin that turns into a carriage.
But she made her own
But I actually
dress,
turned into a carriage.
and that she did a thing where she spun around and then it like flipped down and turned into the white.
you are so
Special
I
craft.
turned
crafty.
into a pumpkin carriage.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, so we had some fun times. But I do enjoy being really random, weird stuff. Like Incrediboy from The Incredibles. Before Syndrome turns into Syndrome, he's Incrediboy.
Oh, that's fun.
And I did that one as an outfit. Turk in Jane's dress. So, like, I'm a gorilla
Jane?
dressed as a
Tarzan.
lady.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But
One of
I'm
the
a gorilla.
gorillas
I am a gorilla.
That's on
tight.
her dress.
Yeah, I'm a gorilla dressed as a person. Drunk cat, Gideon the drunk
From
cat from
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. I've been him.
Deep cuts. And this is all on your Instagram, right?
Yeah, I do all the monthly challenges or all the March Disneybound challenge months. I post all those ones. Oh, a pigeon from Bolt. I was a pigeon one time.
A pigeon from Bolt.
I was a pair of pants from Onward. I was Dad, who's just a pair of pants for 90% of the movie. So I was just his pants. Red shoe from
Who Framed Roger
Who
Rabbit?
Framed Roger Rabbit.
Remember when he
Just a
holds
shoe?
one of the shoes and kills it?
He dips the shoe.
in the dip.
Oh my gosh.
Justice
yeah.
for Red Sneaker.
She was the other one.
I was the
Such
red.
a deep
I was
cut.
the red shoe. Yeah.
Do you get like hecka accolades from all the like Disney bounders? They're like, oh my gosh, dude, I aspire to pull those deep
They
cuts.
There
should.
you go. There's me as Quasimodo's dead mom, and that's the priest that's like sanctuary, and then Frollo's be like, I'm gonna kill her.
That's
Anyway.
funny.
Yeah, it's basically a Renaissance painting. This photo, it's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
There's no blood yet though. That's the one thing keeping it from being a Ren.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Blood or
Yeah.
demons.
Robots. Anyway, it's a good time. It's
Yeah.
A good time.
Yeah, anybody who's watching this that's more interested in learning more about that Disney bound, she does have an Instagram and it's awesome and has all these costumes that she wears to work all the time.
When I first started, how long was training? Like 2 weeks? Week and a half?
Yeah.
Something like that. So you'd have a bit of training so you're comfortable with what you're doing, like with the camera and the equipment and stuff like that. So I got my first schedule, and I still technically have like a couple days of training to do, just like to formalities to finish stuff up. So this was around the time when Frozen came out, and I mean, you're aware of how massively popular it was.
Yeah, it was
It was bonkers.
huge.
And when they first brought Elsa and Anna into the parks to meet them, they put them in the like basically what equates to a closet. In
Fantasyland.
So there's like a little courtyard behind the castle, and every morning people would flock there as soon as the park opened, and it was like a 6-hour line to meet these characters. Yeah, it got a little crazy. And eventually they had to like close the line and start doing like a fast pass system. Anyway, it was just a lot of chaos. They did not plan it very well. And there was an incident that happened while I was training. They had to close the door to get in for like 15 minutes until Anna and Elsa could have a break, have some chocolate, whatever. And the next person in line was like a mom with her kids, and she was not having it. So they were like, all right, everyone, Anna and Elsa will be back in, a few minutes, and you'll be able to come in and meet them. And so they shut the door, and it's like this little like Bavarian themed thing. So like
Yeah.
the door has like glass panes in it that are like, you can't really see through. This lady was upset, and she punched the door and punched her hand through the glass.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have police on
Yes.
site?
There's Disneyland security, and then like there's always, I'm sure, a handful of officers from Anaheim PD that are always like stationed around. She got detained and banned from the parks,
Yeah.
and for life. Like she can never go back because she. Yeah, and then I found out on my schedule that was my first shift. I got to go there with all that chaos, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this.
That's crazy. They throw the rook right into the
yeah,
fire.
it was something. But then they eventually moved them over to California Adventure, and there was more room, and they actually had a line.
No windows in that building, so they're good.
Mhm. Nothing breakable.
That's cool.
Frozen
yeah.
was chaos. It was gross.
How long were you guys there before that came out?
I don't know when Frozen.
You
came
just
out.
started, but
So it must have been
So
2014.
it came out. Frozen came out, I think, in like 2013, like the winter, or maybe it was
I
like
know.
January of 2014.
I know. I remember asking kids because we had merchandise before the movie came out, and people would like pick the Elsa dress, and I'm like, "Oh, is Elsa your favorite princess?" They're like, "Yeah, she's my favorite." I was like, "Liar! You haven't even seen. You don't even know her."
But I
like,
remember,
whatever.
I remember thinking it was odd that they didn't bring her to the parks until after the movies came out.
Yeah, it seems like you try
So it
to
was like
create buzz, hype
it was
it up.
months later, but I think it was because it was so popular.
Yeah, when we were in
I don't know.
Disney,
I might have mixed stuff up.
when we were in Disney World, they had. I mean, we went in 14. That was still pretty. Like that was the one that we went to Epcot, and it has like all the little like restaurants that are themed after.
Oh, yeah, they ruined the Norway pavilion to change it to be just Frozen.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we went over there, and it was the Frozen. I didn't even get to see what kind of food they were serving. We got over there, and it was just tons of people, and we were like, "All right, yeah, I'm not about it." We went and got the fish and chips, or what I was told, like the fish and chips at Disney. I can't remember which park. Or which
England.
in the UK.
It makes sense. And then there was something else, a dessert that we were told it was.
Baklava.
Isn't that like something you wear on your face?
No, that's a balaclava. I mean, it depends on how messy you are when you eat, I guess. But there was a Greek part. I think there was Greece.
It's Morocco.
Why would they have baklava if it wasn't Greek?
That's where it is.
Anyway.
Hercules.
They also had Germany, so there's probably a lot of chocolate
that's Snow White
confections.
is German. Who else?
But there's probably a lot of
France,
desserts
Mexico,
Yeah.
Canada.
Or in France.
Yeah, France,
have
Mexico,
desserts.
Canada. Norway,
Yeah, they have Vancouver
Morocco,
was the
the rest of
Canada.
Africa.
And we went at the Disney World. The Vancouver it looked like a Seattle. You know, everybody's wearing flannels and trees and stuff. I was like,
There's the
dude.
totem pole. And
Yeah.
Italy.
Mhm.
There's the Italy one.
Who's Italy?
Italy.
Three caballeros.
Pinocchio.
But I mean, which
That's Mexico.
I don't freaking know. That's why I said who, what.
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio's in Italy.
Oh, Geppetto. Is there anything else in
Pinocchio
Italy?
means
Is there a
pine
princess? Is there a princess
Italian
from Italy?
princess, just me.
Ayo.
No.
That's
There's
crazy. How come they haven't done that yet? What's Esmeralda?
It takes place in France. So
Yeah,
French.
She's not French, is
Esmeralda
she?
was a gypsy.
Never mind.
I never asked her, so I don't know. We weren't on that level. Oh, one of my favorite things, I can tell you a secret things. So I was scheduling, right? So I would have to call people and say, hey, can you come in for this shift? And there was one performer who worked at the parks in like the 70s, 60s, something like that.
Whoa.
And she was friends with Snow White. And then she came back, and now she is friends with the fairy godmother. So anytime I would call her for a shift, her ringback tone on her voicemail was, "So this is love" from Cinderella.
Cute.
So cute. And then also I really enjoyed calling Santa Claus. He was very nice on the phone. Anytime I'd be like, "Hey, Santa, you want to come hang out with us for a bit?" And he's like, "Have you been good?" And I was like, "Of course, Santa."
He's in character on the phone about getting called into work.
Yeah, well, the good ones. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, I did like calling Santa. And I hated calling people who didn't show up for their shifts.
Like somebody just skips.
Like somebody
No
just didn't
call,
show
no
up,
show.
they didn't call, and then you have to call them as scheduling, and you don't want to be mean on the phone, and you can't be like, "Hey, this is Christiana from scheduling. Why didn't you show up to work? Why are you
Yeah.
a bum?" Because then they got in a car accident and they're dead, and then your voicemail is the one that their mom has to listen to after at the funeral.
How many times that
So,
happened?
I mean,
Two?
not to me, but to other schedulers, yes.
Jeez.
So I was always like, "Hi, I hope you're doing all right. Everything's cool. Like, if you want to come into work, that's great. We would love to have you. But if you don't, like, just let me know. I just need to know, but I hope everything's okay." So I'm very paranoid when I leave voicemails.
I would start it with like, "So I'm going to assume you died. And if since this is going to be your parents listening, I'm sorry for your loss. I'll just go ahead and remove you from the future schedulings."
Ugh, I can't. I'm panicking. It's fine.
Whoa.
It's fine. It's fine.
NCNS flashbacks.
But yeah, that was a scary one. I don't like that. I don't think I can get through
You
the
get
other
a
one.
lot of the same question.
Like what? What's an example?
Where's the bathroom?
Like if you're standing in front of the castle taking photos,
Oh,
and
yeah.
people come up and say, "Hey, where's the castle?"
Where's the castle?
what do you think the castle is?
Do you have people doing it like to be like ironic?
No.
Like, hey,
No.
where's the castle?
No. They really don't. Or how do I get to Disneyland? You're in it. No, but how do I get to Disneyland? Well, you're in Disneyland. Where are you trying to get to? I'm trying to get to the Disneyland. You mean the castle? Yeah. How do you get to the castle? It's at the end of the street.
Yeah, and there was another
Good for
story
you guys
from
for
one of
putting
our
up with that.
friends who was out at Christmas time at some point. But anyway, doesn't matter when. A lady came up to him and another cast member and like just walked up to him and were like, she's like, is that the sky? And they were like,
Was it like the real sky?
yeah, they like were trying to figure out how to answer her without being sarcastic or whatever. And then she was like, oh, I'm an idiot, and just walked away.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were some funny instances like that.
They just look at each other, then look at her. Yeah, got it.
I mean, I overheard one because, people come to Disneyland. They don't know. But this kid had never been around animals, I guess, because on Main Street there's a trolley. And he was walking. He's like, do horses really smell like that? Yes. That is what a horse smells like. That is how they
Doesn't
smell.
it smell like vanilla bean?
Weird. Do they have a smell? Yeah. That's a thing.
That you were going to tell a marathon story?
Marathon. Yeah. So runDisney marathons. So
Is this a crier?
yeah.
It's nice. It's a nice.
It's a nice story. I'll try not
It's
to
a
cry.
feel-good story.
I'm better at this one, not crying.
Okay, you've told it enough times.
Yeah, I'm better at it.
Built up.
No guarantees.
This one doesn't involve people dying, so it's better.
The other one does not. You keep getting them mixed up, but it's fine. It's okay.
Oh, well, I have a bunch of them about dead,
Yeah.
dying people.
Yeah. Those are always rough. Yeah. Anyway, so runDisney marathon. So we have photographers along the course. The course goes through the parks and around the parks, and they run a little marathon, right? There's characters all around. So this was, I can't remember if it was the first or the second Avengers marathon. What year did Doctor Strange come out? Because Doctor Strange was there. So whatever year that was, 2016 probably? I don't know. Anyway, so I am finish line photographer. So there's like, I don't know, 6 or 8 of us at the finish line because there's a lot of people. They're trying, everybody wants, that's like the main photo that people want. So we're there. It's a super early shift. We wake up at like
2016, you were right.
2016. So the shift starts at like 3 a.m. and the race starts at like 5 or something, 4:30. I don't know. It's super early in the morning. It's dark. It's cold. You're at Disneyland. It's fine. So we start the race, the marathon. We're going. It's always like super fun to watch the first person go through and the confetti goes and you're like, yay, you did such a good job. And then you get to watch people cross the finish line and you don't know anybody's story, like why they're running the marathon, what they did to get there. Like you just know that these people ran it. And when they cross the finish line, they start crying because it's very emotional and it's exhausting. And they did such a good job. So like, good job, everybody.
It's a big accomplishment.
You did the thing.
How long is this?
13.1 miles, something like that. So you're always like, yay, and like people hug and it's so nice. So we're doing the marathon. It's getting closer to the end. In the end, at the finish line, there's a stage with the characters on it. So they'd been rotating through. So like Thor would be there, then Captain America, then Hawkeye, then like they would take turns. So at the end of the race, they're all up there. So there's like 6 of them, the whole Avenger team.
Yeah. There's Black Widow, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Hawkeye, Thor. It was before
Iron Man?
Spidey. No Iron Man.
Panther?
Captain America, no, Thor. I think it was just those guys. Yeah. So they're all out there. There's a DJ playing music the whole time. So we're getting close to the end, and we hear like on the radios.
Was the DJ, did he have 3 arms, and was he a robot?
DJ Rex? Yeah. How'd you know? No, I can't remember his name. Starts with like a Q. Anyway, he's great.
Lobot? DJ Lobot?
Yeah. So they play music. They're getting like radio calls in like, okay, the last runner just passed this marker. Like they're going to be here in just a minute. Cool. So we're all like ready to go. Last runner. We've been here for like a few hours now because marathons take a while. Like my finger's tired. And the last runner like turns the corner and we can see him coming. So it's like middle-aged guy, heavier set, and he's like struggling. He's like barely holding on, but he's moving. And like the little pace car is like, keep going. I don't have to pick you up. Like, because they would pick up stragglers or people that sprain their ankle or
he
whatever.
made it that far, so it's like,
yeah,
come
so they're
on,
like,
dude.
no, you like, we're just gonna hang back. So he's coming, and the way they have the thing set up, you wouldn't know, but it's over by the hotels. So it's a long stretch of road, and then there's like the big Mickey wizard hat at the end. So we can see him turn the corner, and he's like walking, and he's going slower, and like the sun is rising, and then they start playing Go the Distance from Hercules.
Yeah. I will go the distance.
So it's like trying to pump him up, but then we're
Yeah.
like, look at him. I don't know who he is, and he's coming towards us. So then all the Avengers get down off the stage and start like walking into the sunrise to like go get this guy and like help him cross the finish line. It was so beautiful. It was like from a movie. They're like all in silhouette, and they're like, and they like go get this guy, and they cross the finish line, and he like collapses into Thor's arms, and he's like, I'm sorry, and I did it, and I finished. And the reason I'm not crying yet is because we haven't got to the good part.
You're pre-crying.
Yeah. So that was beautiful, and it was like really emotional. He took a picture with all the heroes, and like he finished the marathon, and we're like, yay, you did it. And then like, I don't know if it was like a few days later, probably, I saw a post on Facebook that had his story. So the runner was apparently a cast member, and he had worked at the park for many, many years, and he had some health issues and stuff, but he wanted to do the marathon to do it. Like, he wanted to be able to do it, and he loved like the Avengers. He thought Marvel was the greatest, so he's like, this is the one I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna commit to it, and I'm gonna like
Train.
get fit enough to like finish this marathon. So
Pretended he was a player for the Sacramento Kings that nobody could remember the name of.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I got it.
So he like, the story was his post that somebody else had shared, but he like tells a story that he works at the parks, and he knows that like the magic is real, and that like he can like do magic for other people, but he hadn't felt the magic like himself in a really long time. But as soon as he saw all his favorite heroes and like the music was playing and they help him cross the finish line, he is like immediately like reverted back to childhood. Like, I was a teenager again, and it was like the most real thing. And like, it wasn't characters, it wasn't like, they were the heroes, like they were there. And even though he's 40 something and has worked at Disney for decades,
Yeah.
like, just as quick as that, it was real for him. And that's all it takes, is just one moment, one little, and anybody can have magic.
Well,
And people that work there. And then he had memory forever.
Well, I hear Captain America's chest will do that.
He's such a babe.
They came down, they picked the guy up, and it was really because Captain America was like, hey, can you help me fasten this?
Just put your head right here.
Oh man.
But yeah, this is so good.
All right, well, you
Isn't
need
that a
a
good one?
you need
Good
a
story.
It is. It's a cute story.
Right? The magic's for everyone.
Thank you for tuning into the Frickin' Dope Podcast, part 4 of the Disney conversation coming soon.